As more and more creators have put out runs on Remielle, one trend has become painfully apparent. Velina is in every team. This kind of agent dependence isn't anything new. Ye Xingguang is touted as one of the strongest characters, but you're going to need any two of Dalin, Zhao or Suna to have her function properly. Remielle, though, can come across as needing Velina specifically. There's good reason for it, as Remielle really isn't very compatible with Disorder. Her animations are really long, to the point that it isn't usually possible to do her entry skill, hold basic, and interface flow while still having time to build a whole anomalies gauge worth for a Disorder. It's so bad that even wind would drop frequently for me. Remielle's animations aren't just long, she's taking up field time that would normally have gone to another anomaly agent. That meant fewer vortexes, which meant fewer sweeping cyclone casts from wind by points on Velina, and so less wind anomaly buildup generally. At least this could be routed around, and it's a lot easier to work around a 30-second anomaly than a 10 or 13-second one. Not to mention how much easier combos are with Vortex, as balancing out both Remielle's animations and Disorder ICD is no easy task. This much isn't anything new, plenty of other creators have already raised how reliant Remielle is on Velina to be at her best. But I'm here with a quick showcase to hopefully dispel that notion, because as it turns out, Remielle can do just fine without her. The run could certainly use some polish. While I did get the kill here, it could be far better. Thankfully, it's possible to work around mistakes, and in fact, learning when it's fine to waste resources is a big part of mastering the team. You see moments where Promeia has her ultimate ready, yet I'm looping her blooms, and Remielle has void flares, but I'm pushing for another anomaly. That's because to hit a full 3 stuns without Velina's days, getting it from the Zordas is a big deal. Inefficient play isn't actually inefficient if at the end of it all you still get the same number of ultimates or the same number of luminizers in a fight. Playing with a Zorda team changes how to approach Remielle. You aren't mindlessly going through the motions of her skills. Delaying her phase flow so that you can swap to another agent and trigger a Disorder may lead to a loss of Lumiflex points, but you can use her react special to make up for it. Sometimes it's better to delay her hold basic and Void Flare spend entirely so as to not give up on a Disorder. Again, if it doesn't come at the cost of Luminize count, what does it matter? The team is certainly a lot harder to play than the standard Velina ones, and it's also not going to be quite as good. Still, not being as good doesn't mean it's not good. The last time I did a Promeia Vivian user run on Butcher, I scored around 53,000. Granted, it wasn't a particularly well-optimized run, but I'd risk this one. The old Butcher was a little tankier, but we're talking only 4 million HP in difference, and when Remielle is doing almost 7 million damage with her Luminizers, that isn't going to be a problem. Technically, Butcher here died with 4 seconds left, but it wouldn't be a true Remielle kill if she didn't spend a good 3 seconds aura farming before the wipeout. Keep in mind that this has the same 28 substats on both runs too. In fact, they had the exact same AP counts. The uplift that Remielle brings really is Void Hunter level. To be fair, this is just one team. Vivian's performance takes a massive hit when not being run with Promeia, and the team won't get quite this level of performance outside of Ice in either week. The alternative would be Jane, but I'll withhold judgment as I've yet to do robust testing on Alice Jane or Piper Jane variants. If it's anything like how it was with Alice and Yuzuha though, then it's likely going to need M2 Jane for it to be competitive, especially as Nangong Yuzuha comps are a thing now, but that remains to be seen. Either way, while the title is a little clickbaity, it's also true. Remielle doesn't need Velina to do well, and she provides clear and significant improvements over Yuzuha even to Disorder teams, which her long animations conflict with. In a way, it's actually better than Yeshunguang. Remielle isn't a need any two of Velina, Vivian, or M2 Jane to have her function properly. She isn't even a need any one for that matter. Her buff value and personal damage contribution alone is good enough that you could just slap her into any anomaly team as a supportive third slot and she'll do fine. No ether veils required so she can access her kit. Just apply anomalies and that's about it. The question isn't, is she good without X? The answer to that is very obvious. Yes, she is good without X because she's good, period. The actual question is she better than the Nangong Yuzuha shell? The answer to that is also yes, but it will be dependent on who she's running with. Thankfully, that who isn't just Velina, but it is very context dependent. Maybe a Promeia Vivian team kills with 4 seconds spare, but an Aria Velina team kills with 34 seconds spare, so maybe she does need Velina after all? I wanted to have this run on the main guide as a way to highlight Remielle's performance on a Disorder team, but I noticed there really wasn't much content out there without Velina, at least none that I know that were getting kills. And that's not because she doesn't work without her, as evidently Remielle doesn't need Velina, even when said need is killing a deadly assault boss. If you've liked this showcase and are wondering how to best optimize Remielle and all sorts of teams, why not like, share, subscribe and ring the bell to be notified for when my full guide drops. I've got more videos coming. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Thank you all for watching, and... Oop, that's a little too close. Let's do that one again.